Hello, Moment friends! Anding here for another Update 18 beta preview, and we are here in the Beacon Hills. And this is the other region for the new area coming with Update 18, and it has 4 beacons because the other place had 3, and there are 7 major beacons of Gondor. And these are the Beacon Hills, mostly on top of hills, as you can guess, instead of like the mountain weathertop-esque structures of before. And as you can see, this connects up with the 2 parts of Rohan, which is pretty awesome. So as we can see here, there is another beacon up on this hill, and it is much easier to traverse up on to this hill, and you can still see the weathertop-esque beacons over in the distance there, which is super awesome. I mean, that one especially, it looks like they just cut off the top of a mountain and put a beacon on it, which is pretty cool. But yeah, it's really nice. It feels much more like Rohan, and that's a wolf. And there's actually a Gondorian type structure here, which is interesting. Nice little Gondorian farm. But anyway, these beacons are much closer to the beacons that we had seen in the previous parts of Gondor. And wow, that is awesome view of the other beacons. That one's much more a weathertoppy beacon. But just these huge rolling plains, this feels like essentially Rohan with beacons, which is super awesome. Alright, let's make our way back towards this town over here. All sorts of enemies throughout here, and as you can see, they are level 103 because the level cap has been raised to 105, and reminder that this is still very much so beta. Alright, there we go, got over. Alright. So let's head on into this town over here, held by Gondor. So we're in Osrimon. And just another nice little Gondorian town. Some interesting domes over there. Statues. Very nice little area. Let's go ahead and go on inside here and see what's inside. Okay, apparently this is just a storehouse. And there are tons of rats. Alright, we're gonna go out of here. As fun as it would be to stay inside. And we'll head over towards that dome structure now. And if you could see back there, this is a quarry town. You can see there, not too far from the quarry. So there are all sorts of, and you can't go inside here, but that is a really cool structure from the outside. Alright, let's see here. Yeah, here we go. All sorts of quarry equipment here. And oh my goodness, they're fighting a bunch of deer. Alright, and here we can see a smaller quarry. Well, I guess it does go back in here. Let's see how big this is. Alright, so wow, it does go back in quite a ways into this mountain. So quite a big quarry structure actually, and even a nice little mining town essentially. And reminder that these are placeholders because this is beta. Alright, so let's head on to the rest of the zone. Alright, here we are at Calenhad, and it's nothing too special, but we can see in the distance there is an Edoras type hill over there that has a totally destroyed town on it, and you can actually look over here. This is called Bar Nadron, and it is just totally destroyed, a very Edoras-esque looking place, and it overlooks the mouths of the Intwash and all that stuff. Anyway, let's head on to Halfirion and see what is going on in that direction. The enemies are 104 in this area, so it is definitely going 5 levels all the way up to 105, although there's a 103. And it's nice to just be leveling again. I'm really glad they're adding that in. And here's just a nice little Gondorian structure. Anyway, let's head on to the next and final beacon. Alright, here we are at Halfirion, and there is Rohan. And as many of you probably remember, I'm not going to spoil the story, but as you can probably remember, Beacon Watch had a story all about beacons and everything like that. And it makes sense because it is at the end of the beacon line with Halfirion here, and then, all the way back through the various zones, straight over to, because it goes right through here, to Minas Tirith. So it's this very direct route between Rohan and Minas Tirith, which is pretty awesome. So that's pretty much everything that's in this zone. I will be going up to Mouths of the Intwash just to look around, but my guess is it will look just like the rest of the Intwash. Alright, and here we are at the legendary Falls of Rauros, and they are of course in the eastern Rohan area, and Emanhin is just right up there, and then Emanlau is over there. Huge, huge, huge waterfall here, and we can see the dawnless day is gone right here. You actually go through a loading screen on your way up, and I'm glad that we can at least see the Falls of Rauros and the rest of the early parts of the Beacon Hills without the crazy dawnless day that is really annoying. So it's just nice to see the mouth of the river here flow on out. So as a whole, I think that this new area could be good. It could also be really, really bad. It depends on how the questing structure will be. I think the landscape is very interesting. I think that it is very different than what we have seen with just the monotony of this continuation of endless Gondor cities and areas, because Gondor is just this huge place, and so it's nice to see a new type of landscape that is still in Gondor and has the beacons and other things that are just really, really cool. One thing I don't necessarily like is just how far the dawnless day continues to take over this area. We are here in the Beacon Hills, essentially at the edge of Rohan, and the dawnless day is already starting. I don't remember the dawnless day taking over all of Gondor. That being said, this area is actually super duper close to Minas Tirith, as we have established several times. So on the one hand, it kind of makes sense, but on the other hand, it's amazingly close to Rohan. I don't remember the Dawnless Day being quite this far, so it would have been nice if they had another breakup somehow to make the Dawnless Day not be in part of this area. I think I would have liked it a little bit more. So with everything in mind, I think that this area, it has the potential, as I said earlier, to be really good. It just depends on how the questing is. Hopefully they will not have us going up and down the beacons endlessly. I don't think that we'll have to worry about that. I'm guessing we won't even necessarily have to go up all the beacons, but it will be very interesting to see what happens. The clear focus, though, is just the beacons and the travel of the Rohirrim. And also, there are instances, which means, in theory, Rohan should be able to make it to Pelennor Fields, and so this should be bringing to a close the entire Minas Tirith chapter, freeing us up to go on and do other things. So this update should be the essentially nail in the coffin for all of Gondor, although Gondor will still be around. That was a horrible analogy. But anyway, let me know in the comments below what you thought of this area, and if you think I'm totally wrong and you don't like this area at all, or you like certain parts that I didn't point out, let me know in the comments below. And we'll continue the discussion there. So anyway, I will be going through the instances and making a few other videos just covering various other changes that are part of this update. So stay tuned for those, but till then, thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, feel free to hit the like button below. And if you'd like to see more of my daily content, feel free to subscribe, and you'll be notified when that new content comes out. And also, if you'd like to help support my channel and help me continue to create high quality videos, feel free to support me on Patreon, and you can get all sorts of great rewards in the process. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you again real soon for another video.